Hi everyone, my name is Sandra Bichl from Career Angels. I will be sharing with you today job market KPIs and how to use them to navigate the job search and recruitment/HR decisions. Some of you already know me. For those who do not know me, I'll briefly introduce myself. Almost 20 years ago, I started in recruitment as an executive search consultant for Central and Eastern Europe. And in 2010, I set up a company called Career Angels to help candidates navigate the job market. Now, one of the things for those who you don't even have to be a career consultant to get that question asked, but if you're in HR, recruitment, or a career consultant, you will know from experience that one of the questions that you get probably asked a lot is it a good time to look for a job? How can I calculate or estimate how long my job search will look like? Should I take an offer or stay at my current company because it might be a risky decision? So, since COVID 19, since March 2020, we get this question not only asked once a month, but almost every single day. Now, in order to give a good answer, we need to understand how the job market actually and really is. We need to be able to track job market KPIs. So in March 2020, we asked ourselves as a company, what kind of data can we be tracking to be able to tell our clients, yes, it's a good moment, it's a stable market, yes, there's supply, there's more supply than demand, there's more demand than supply. What do we look at? So we decided to look at the number of published job ads, in our case on LinkedIn, and we looked at unemployment rates, basic supply and demand. So over the last 20 months, we have gathered 5,702 data points, over 400 insights from executives and HR director and executive search consultants. We have published 79 weekly reports, 355 daily updates, and 10 special reports. We have been tracking 80 countries worldwide for now 20 months. So we really can very precisely mention and share, yes, it's a good moment. No, it is risky. Yes, there's demand, or there's a lot of unemployment. Stay put. That also means that we can then also give tips to HR departments on how to attract candidates. If you want to have a look at what we have published so far, you can check out SlideShare, slideshare.net/careerangels, where you have access to all presentations. The second option is to go to our website and download this special reports. For example, the number of LinkedIn job ads versus unemployment rates, which is the most recent special report, or how the Americas are doing, etc. And the other thing you can do is follow our showcase page on LinkedIn called Market Signals, where we have really a daily ticker on what's going on in Europe and worldwide when it comes to the job market. Now, as I've started mentioning, the supply and demand of candidates, knowing how the supply and demand of candidates is shaping up can help anybody from an employer's perspective. Knowing if there are more or less candidates can help you from a negotiation perspective. In some countries, if there is more supply of candidates, the post and pray approach might work. If the job market is competitive, it will not work. So you basically can go back and ask for a higher budget for advertising. If the market is in favor of employers, you have more negotiation, flexibility, and you can also, I almost want to say, pick and choose the perfect candidate. From a candidate's perspective, on the other hand, it's important to understand the demand for candidates, to understand, can I negotiate, can I push the employer, can I ask for more money or a better salary package, or should I actually be happy to get an offer at all? Now, some of you have already realized we are streaming today on 3 platforms: YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So if you have any questions at any point, you can use the comments to ask questions. Share with us where you're joining from. I'm currently sitting in Lisbon, Portugal. I know some of you joining from different time zones. So this can be interactive if you want it to be. And this is not a part, and I would like to show you what kind of questions I would like to answer today during our live session. Question here, one of the questions I want to address is which European country is the winner of September 2021 in terms of unemployment? If you'd like to guess, please do publish your guesses in the comment section. As options to choose from is Lithuania, Cyprus, and Poland. And yes, I'm summarizing October, and it does say September, but unemployment data is published with a delay. So at the beginning of November, I can only speak about unemployment of September. Overall, what do you think? Has unemployment in Europe increased over the last year? Yes, no, or no change? And which European region is the winner of October 2021 in terms of demand for candidates? In other words, which region is hiring? Is it the DACH region, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Northern Europe, or the Visegrad countries? Other questions we'd like to answer today. Which European country is the loser of October 2021 in terms of demand for candidates? In other words, which country is hiring less? And how many European countries out of the 29 that publish their unemployment data have noted a decrease in unemployment levels since September 2020? So let's have a look. Global reach. Overall, we track Africa, Americas, and Europe when it comes to global reach and changes in the number of published job ads on LinkedIn. As you can see, in October, Africa has increased the number of LinkedIn job ads, so has Europe. In Americas, it is basically down to the same level with ups and downs in between. And now let's look at the regions one by one specifically, starting with Africa. In Africa, we track the top 10 economies: Nigeria, Egypt, South Africa, Algeria, Morocco, Kenya, Ethiopia, Ghana, Tanzania, and Angola. So let's have a look. In Ethiopia, Angola, and Morocco, we see an increase in demand for candidates from plus 31.31 to 42.70%. And Algeria, Nigeria, and Egypt have seen a slight decrease, nothing too bad, when we look at how some of the job markets have been affected over the last 20 months. So even the losers, I'd say, are winners. Over to the Americas. In Americas, we track North America, Central America, and South America. And let's have a look specifically. In terms of the winners, Nicaragua has seen an increase of 54% in the number of published job ads on LinkedIn. Paraguay plus 41%, Bolivia's hiring plus 38.83%. On the other hand, we have losers. Argentina has lost 10% of available opportunities on the job market, the United States minus 0.65%, and Canada with, and this is not a minus, but the smallest increase with 0.27%. So the US and Canada also not that bad, looking overall at the last 20 months. Now let's have a look at the top 20 global economies as per the International Monetary Fund United Nations Population Division 2021 data. With the global economies, number 1, United States, down to number 20, Turkey. We track the demand for candidates as well. These are the results as for October 2021. So in 75% of the 20 global economies, we see an increase in demand. So overall, a positive tendency. And where the demand for candidates has decreased, it is nothing overly dramatic, anywhere from minus 0.35% to minus 5.84%. As a reminder, we have had weeks and months where sometimes the demand for candidates decreased by 70, 80, or 100%. Now to Europe. In Europe, we are tracking the following regions: Southeastern Europe, Western Europe, Northern Europe, Visegrad, Southern Europe, Baltics, Benelux, DACH, and Iberia. Overall, looking only at October, we see a small increase in the demand for candidates of 0.94%, which is good news. But compared to same time last year, you can clearly see that the European job market has lost 1 million job ads over the course of a year. So yes, there is a small decrease, but it still is half the size of what it used to be, more than half the size of what it used to be. When it comes to the winning region in October, Northern Europe plus 16.20%, which is good news. Again, but compared with same time last year, now we see an increase, but again, not near as how good the job market was a year ago, same time. Looking at the best country result, that goes to Malta. Malta has seen an increase in the number of published job ads of 47.55%. And this is one of the few countries that has a better job market than in 2020, same time, which is very interesting. The losing region of October is the Benelux region, that has seen a decrease in the number of published job ads. So we've gone from a little above 500,000 job ads to 475,000 job ads, which is minus 5.75%. Same time last year, again, much below what we used to have a year ago. Not even talking pre-COVID, but COVID times. And here the contributing country was Belgium, which is then also the losing country for October, with a decrease of minus 5.92%. Same time last year, also Belgium far below of what was possible a year ago. And now Germany. Germany sees a little decrease of 0.24%. But same time last year, instead of 1 million job ads, same time last year, we had 2 million job ads. So job seekers on the German market, bad news; for employers, good news. And again, here, a quick reminder, we are live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. If you'd like to comment or ask questions, you can do so at any time. I'll see them here on the stream and will be able to comment. For those who are actively looking for a job, I recommend you also join our LinkedIn group called Hidden Job Market for Experienced Managers in Europe, where we handpick, curate the best relevant job ads for experienced managers and executives, as the title of the name of the group says itself. All of the job opportunities are in English for international profiles. And for those who have taken a liking to working remotely, we have also started a special remote edition for executives. So on once a week, we publish remote job opportunities dedicated to executives. And one other thing that could be interesting for you is a webinar we're holding on November 16 at 5:45 Eastern European time. Salary negotiations in COVID times for experienced managers and executives. You need to register by email by November 9 at 12 p.m. And now, last but not least, Europe. Europe, in terms of looking at the demand for candidates for the last 12 months. As you can see, October 26 had a peak, looking at 2020. Had a second peak this year, June 2020, June 29. And then since July 26, we are more or less at it's one way of putting it, it's stable, bad but stable. Overall, in the last 12 months, the European job market has lost 43.56% of available opportunities. When we now look at the biggest increases and decreases, Bosnia has seen an increase of almost 400% in the number of published job ads. So it's a good time to be a candidate there. Same with Latvia or Andorra. On the other hand, if you are a candidate in Ukraine, Switzerland, or Spain, you will have to put in approximately double or three times the effort into your job search to secure an opportunity as compared to before COVID times. On the other hand, if you are on the recruiter/HR side or executive search side, this is now a moment to really handpick candidates that are currently available. Overall, let's summarize that the change in the number of LinkedIn job ads. So in other words, demand for candidates in Europe between October 2020 versus October 2021 for all 38 countries. In 22 countries, the demand is up. In 16 countries, the demand is unfortunately down. And now having a look at the unemployment rates during COVID-19, here there is good news. 7 countries have come back to the same level, which is Bulgaria, Poland, Belgium, Sweden, Czechia, Romania, and Finland. And 22 countries have managed to decrease their unemployment rates. The best result goes to Cyprus, that went from 9.1% to only 3.6%. So here we have one of the answers to the questions I asked at the very beginning. Depending on where you are based, you really will have to look at current market conditions, supply and demand, in order to estimate the efforts needed for your job search. One thing that is true, independent of where you are based, currently you will need 2 different types of CVs. Because of technology, you need a CV dedicated to the human recipient. So if you network, send it to a recruiter that you know, HR people, a decision maker. However, if you decide to apply through job ads, which currently has a success rate of 26% or an efficiency rate of 26%, you will need a dedicated CV ATS compliant CV. What's also true since COVID-19, you will have to work all 4 job search channels parallel. Headhunters, job ads, direct approach, networking. Before COVID-19, as an experienced manager and executive, you could basically choose the 2 you feel most comfortable with and go ahead. But now it is all 4 channels. And one other thing, especially in countries where there are high unemployment rates and a decrease in demand, personal branding does play a big role. Small details will decide whether you're even considered for recruitment opportunities. So if you'd like to have support in that job search process, you can book a free career consultations with Career Angels, or simply ask for a CV report to understand how you are doing compared to your co-competitors. And now to our Q&A. If you have questions, please formulate them and post them in the comment section. And now I'll reveal the answers to the questions I asked at the beginning. So, which European region is the winner of October 2021 in terms of demand for candidates? That's Northern Europe, so good place to be if you're looking for a job. Which European country is the loser of October 2021 in terms of demand for candidates? We said that's Belgium with minus 5 point something percent, sorry. Which European country is the winner of September 2021 in terms of unemployment? I hope you remember it was Cyprus. Has unemployment in Europe increased over the last year? The answer is fortunately no, it has improved. And how many European countries out of 29 have noted a decrease in unemployment levels since September 2020? It's 22. So on that front, definitely positive. Now, if you like our live streams and the materials we share with the players active in the job market, here is how you can thank us. We have put together a list under careerangels.eu/how to thank us. You can thank us by following our content or buy us a coffee. One tip, if you're interested and actively looking, you can also check out our course on Udemy called Every Step of the Job Search, explained and backed by research. And if you'd first like to check out some of our materials, we have a very active YouTube. I know it's Friday. We have a very active YouTube channel. We now have a dedicated YouTube channel, one in English, one in Polish, and maybe more languages to come in the future. Okay, I see that at this point nobody published a question. So the only thing I can say at this point, thank you very much for joining. I'll be summarizing the job market for November for the beginning of November in about 2-3 weeks, and I'll be back with a summary of how the job market is doing, will have done as of November at the beginning of December. Have a lovely weekend, and again, thank you very much for joining.